When it comes to RVing, you guys know nothing is ever that simple. Okay, so you can see my battery bank. We haven't. Sorry about the sun. We now have 4 100 amp hour batteries. This right here is my 40 amp MPPT charge controller. Back here is where my old inverter used to be, but it just couldn't work for us because I couldn't wire it into anything. So I don't think that's enough space for this right here. There's enough space for a Victron because they're actually pretty large. Now, because we did the generator prep right here, and we still may do a generator, not sure, but that put the 50 amp automatic transfer switch in. What Aaron is talking about doing is placing the Victron up on top of this. That will give him the space. He can lay it down flat, and he's just going to wire it into the transfer switch and then send all the wiring back to it that needs to go so we can run the whole camper. So that's really, it should be a very simple install. But I do believe he's going to put a couple bus bars in because everything we got right now is on the batteries. And when you do parallel, you got on they come to one of your negatives and one of the positives on opposite ends, right? Have to do it. So that battery here has the negative and this battery here has the positives. So that's how it has to hook up. So hopefully he can get that all cleaned up. I would like this to be a little cleaner, but it is what it is. And hopefully we will be able to run our rig with the inverter. So now Jody does want to do her hair, and we don't have the inverter for it. So I'm going to start the generator. You guys struggle getting that to tighten up like I do. I'm looking into the RV Smart plug, so maybe I'll change that out and make it a lot easier on us. Made JC Refrigeration, and today Aaron is going to go ahead and install the Multi Plus 2 from Victron 3000 watt split phase inverter. As you can see, he's just going to do it outside. My guess is he says he's going to mount it to the top of our gym prep, so we can still put a generator in if we want, which is cool. He says he does it all the time, no problems, and it shouldn't take long. Honestly, he's very smart at what he does. So.
These are 150 amp, I believe, maybe 200 amp bus bars. No, your Multi Plus 3000 will be capable of drawing 3000 watts, which is
Sure.
like more like 300 amps, close to 300 amps. But if we stack them, what I'm saying, like if we take a terminal off the battery, go into here, then just stack it on your for your Multi Plus, stack it on top. That'll be fine because the terminals they'll be supporting, or they'll be passing power through instead of the bus bar passing power through.
Sure. But if you wanted, we could like move them over to that space there.
That'd probably be best, yeah.
So I'll probably take a couple batteries out to get to those.
That or just an elbow bit. I think we have an elbow bit that might work for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, let's get the Multi Plus out here once at least.
So this is a Multi Plus 12 volt.
3000.
3000.
Yep.
And why would we want to go with this unit versus what we had before?
This, let me actually take the cover off and explain a little bit better. All right, so if you see over, if you look over here, these wire terminals here. So this is a 2x120. So you have your line 2 and your line 1 are both hot lines, which will tie into your transfer switch, and that will then power the whole coach. Most inverters only have one line 1, a neutral, and your ground. This has line 1 and line 2, so it'll power the whole coach. You can run, you know, even your ACs and stuff. Yeah, that depends a lot on battery capacity. You know, the inverter itself will handle it, but depending on your battery capacity, you might not want to do that for a long period of time.
We have the soft starts on both of them.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's one of those things at night, if it's only on auto and it's only kicking on every now and again, it may last a couple hours.
Right.
But I'm not worried about that. It's more about her being able to dry her hair, maybe
Well,
get coffee.
You make me sound like a diva. I really don't have to dry my hair. I'm just saying it's an off. How about if we make coffee?
It's coffee.
Coffee. There it is. That's more important than drying my hair. This is the top of our shroud. And he's going to be putting that inverter up here. It actually works out really well because we'll still get to keep our storage over here, and that will mount up right there.
Actually going to be the hardest part, getting that thing set, because you can see how little space there is, and that's what I was dealing with. I'm a lot bigger than Aaron, working in there, and then having to reach over top where you only have about 8 to 10 inches of space to get an impact in there and all that stuff. So beauty is with the Multi Plus 2, it has the top piece gets bolted in, then you set it on, pull it forward, so it's like a cradle. Then you only have to bolt in really the bottom after you get that top piece bolted in. So that's very helpful.
You know, that's okay. Okay, there's two different stuff. There's the smart shunt, and then there's the Bluetooth dongle. Or the dongle makes your inverter Bluetooth. Okay. And the smart shunt will be a battery monitor. Okay. So you don't really necessarily need the smart shunt. Don't you have a battery monitor of some kind?
Well, these are Bluetooth.
The batteries themselves are. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's not necessarily needed as much then.
Because I can pull up and see where the batteries are at any time.
Gotcha. But
this thing will Bluetooth to my phone.
Well, it will with the dongle. I believe it's like $100 or so.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's smart to do that.
It is actually.
Now,
I would highly recommend it.
Well, I leave this on at all times.
Yeah, you can.
I got to shut off my converter, right?
Oh yeah, yep. Breaker off the converter.
I'll just turn the breaker off because it's the only thing on that breaker. All right, so one of the things now, because we're getting this inverter installed, we will not need our converter. And what a converter does is when you're plugged in to power, it charges your battery. So it takes 110 and takes it down to 12 volt to charge your batteries. This Victron Multi Plus will do all of that for me. Once we're plugged in, it will still run the charge to the batteries as well. So the converter's on its own switch, so I'm going to get that turned off, so we won't need that anymore. So the converter is right here, right there.
So that will stay off.
That'll stay off
permanently.
at all times.
We're lowering the camper to give Aaron a little bit more room to work. And we're cutting the house power for what?
We're gonna wire the DC side of the multi-plus now, the 12-volt side. Since we're, are you guys planning on using that bus bar now for all your loads, or just for the inverter for now? Or well, actually, probably we'll need to go with all the loads up there now.
I just undid all the 12 volt.
Okay.
While Aaron's grabbing another tool, I'll kind of show you where we're at with everything.
Okay, so he's been attaching everything up to the bus bars. That's what he's been doing. As you can see right there, we're gonna put a Bluetooth dongle on it, and then he's attached everything to from the Victron to the transfer switch.
So Aaron just explained that the 4-aught is used from the battery to the bus bars.
It's battery to battery, battery to bus bar. So if you're hooking your batteries in parallel, or even not parallel, you want to hook your batteries up using 4-aught cable, because it'll handle the load and won't get hot. And then when you run your batteries to your bus bars, 4-aught cable, then everything else from that can be the size it needs. So he used 3-aught cable from the Victron. He's going to use 3-aught to the Victron to the bus bars. So it sends power to the Victron. And then other things use smaller cables. But that's what I used on my batteries, is 4-aught. So I had the right size.
Alright, now I want to plug it in just to make sure we have the correct wires. So I pulled these wires on. I'm pretty sure this is what goes to your load center. But just to double check, I want to plug it into shore power, and then
This tells you.
oh, it tells you. Okay, perfect.
So your load
Shoreline.
comes in from the top on the, as you're looking at it on the right.
Okay, generator.
Shore power comes to the bottom. This would be where the generator will come in, and it hooks back into over here. So
Okay, actually, so I am on the wrong side. That load is on top. I
top right.
see. Top right, yeah. Okay, so I was thinking that would be what I would think. The bottom would go to the power center, but perfect. Okay.
That's just a fuse. The Bluetooth dongle is, I don't know where you put it. Okay, so he put it right up top. So just so you know, the Bluetooth dongle just lets me see the information from the inverter and the battery, what's happening. And I can change the inverter over to whatever power consumption what I'm hooked up to. So if I'm hooked up to 30 amp, I change the inverter to 30 amp. But if I need more, it'll assist with the batteries. That's correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, it'll assist right off the bat.
You are going to Florida this winter in January.
That is the plan.
In Sarasota, right?
Sarasota, Florida. Yeah.
So you were just saying that you were willing to do some installs in Florida. So
That's kind of why we're going down there. Actually, it's a vacation, but we're going to have a trailer full of cooling units going down. Hopefully, we'll have some installs scheduled before we get down there. Then with the Tampa Super Show, that hopefully will bring some more customers in as well.
So if you're wanting your gas electric fridge switched over to a 12 volt fridge, or even solar, are you taking solar stuff?
We'll take some solar. We'll probably have to ship some stuff down if we need extra parts and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, mostly we'll be focusing on
On the fridge.
refrigerators down
Okay.
there.
So if you were wanting your fridge done from gas electric to 12 volt, which I can say right now is an amazing system they install, and they do such a great job. I highly recommend it. We'll put information below for you guys how they can contact you and make that arrangement.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
That'd be great.
And
And if they want to stay with the gas electric, like some people don't have solar, but they still want to go boondocking and stuff, we also have gas electric options that we make here at the factory.
actual fridges.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well.
Oh,
that
no,
or
the conversion, yes.
To our new system that we
And
make.
according to your dad, he said it was far better than the things that are made out there from the manufacturers use. There we go. Update it.
Well, let's go through the settings, I guess. Get your smartphone on you. All right, so at the top left-hand side, you see that it says 30 amp.
Yep.
So right now we're going to be plugging into our 15 amp cords. We want to change that to 15 amp.
Okay.
And you just hit
It's negative, right?
or that, or if you push it or hit it, it'll like a key code will, or the numbers will pop up. You put it in manually. Just put 15. I'm actually going to plug it in just to make sure.
So if I go to a 30 amp place, I put in what I have.
Yes, then you want to put in 30. Yep. And then same with 15. Like if you if you have a
50 amp place, yeah.
if you leave it on 15, you plug in the 15 amp shore power. It's not gonna pull as much as it could off of your shore power post. That's actually also kind of a good thing. Like if you guys if you're somewhere where you have to pay for the amount of power that you use, plus you have a lot of solar, you can limit your shore power usage and try to use more off of solar. That way you're not.
I know. Yeah. So this does, like if I'm in a place where I only have 30, but I want to use 50, it'll draw 30 from the battery, 30 from shore power.
Well, it would be like draw like 20 amps from your battery and then 30 amps from your shore power.
Oh yeah, 30.
Like it'll go like right here it says absorption charge now, so it's charging your batteries, but it'll show assisting.
Okay.
And that will basically be drawing off of shore power plus the batteries to supplement whatever you got going on.
So that was the question I had. Do I put in what I need or what I'm using? So you put in what you're using, and it already knows 50 amps max.
Yep, it'll automatically. If you try to turn on another AC, it'll just assist it and start drawing off the batteries to create that power supply for you.